Hello, my name is Shudley, and welcome back for another episode of Victoria 3 as Mexico. In previous episode we started yet another war against the USA, as we do. And we also started we are about to get our skyscraper built in about 6 weeks, and we are doing the survey in Panama, so we can start working on that one as well. So that's brilliant. We got another attack over here in South Dakota, and the election is done. Right, let's have a look at the government. We could still give the rule fork in the... Oh, right, the president is now... Okay, part of the armed forces, so I guess we need to keep or get those in. I guess we'll go for this. It's not necessarily all that great of a legitimacy, admittedly, but it could be worse. It could be worse. Right, so now we just need to sort of push through South Dakota into North Dakota, and we can then start winning the war properly. Or they will probably give up in terms of the war soon enough after that. Unfortunately, they can't go below 0 war support quite yet until we'll do that, but they are approaching 1 million casualties already in this war. We're below 200,000, so that's definitely good to see. And we're still lacking a decent bit of bureaucracy, but I suppose once we get the skyscraper, first of all, that will already give us a bit more, I think. Let's actually double check. Have we set it to be... It could be trade nexus, or it can be bureaucratic nexus. I'm going to keep it at bureaucratic nexus, actually. Now, come on. Give up already here. We need to get it forward. In the meanwhile, the GDP is now 87 million. And there we go, skyscraper completed. Touching the sky. We get a bit of prestige, which is nice. I have a feeling that the bureaucracy is going to be increasing. Oh, yeah, there we go. So the deficit that we have right now is not too bad. There's a decent bit of devastation on the lands in here. Oh, we got another combat probably in Louisiana. Yeah, we do. And it's going to be another easy victory. And after that, we'll do another attack over here, hopefully in Dakota. Or, I mean, I would like it to be over here, but I think it's just going to be sort of going along the railway, roughly speaking, here. Oh, we got 2 more years for the Grand Exhibition. And the survey of Panama completed. Panama is surveyed. Right, so now we can do, is it journal? Oh, right, yeah, constructed Panama Canal. Let's get that underway then. And also, let's pull that to the top of the list. Got a lot of class works. I think, actually, do we have enough class works? First of all, let's have a look at the... So, explosives price is pretty high still. Sugar price is starting to be a bit high. Oh, did we... We probably removed the sugar plantations engines, didn't we? Yeah, okay. So, that's something that we could maybe fix. Go through the rule, and then over here. We've only got 17 plantations anyway, so... Well, it's going to turn a bit more engines. It's not going to be too bad. And it's going to fix some of the sugar issues. Well, I wouldn't necessarily say issues, but, you know, some of the price issues there. Ecuador is still part of our market, which is quite nice. Venezuela, I have a feeling, won't join it. No, it's still too far. Plus, we got quite a bit of infamy. So I don't think the diplomacy stuff is going to be all that important in this run at this stage, at least. There we go. We got a decent bit of construction already, so that's definitely good news. Although it could be higher, but it's just... Well, actually, the investment pool is increasing right now, mostly because we're building so many government administration in here that... Oh, right, and that reminds me. Institutions. Let's increase the law enforcement and the health system a bit high, and it looks like the standard of living is 14.4. It's not massive, admittedly, but we can definitely... Oh, there we go. We had almost equal number of... Actually, we had slightly more manpower in there, but of course, since their bankruptcy and all that... It's not going all that well for them, let's just say. I mean, that's about 70,000 casualties in this combat. Versus our 10,000, or 9,000, roughly speaking. I suspect that that might allow us to get through the front line there now. They've still got 700 battalions total on the front line. Oh, English mass immigration to Washington. And rubber discovered in Ecuador. Huzzah. Good on them. Okay, still not quite at North Dakota, but we've taken most of South Dakota and Nebraska now. And there's a lot of devastation about. And we got another battle in Louisiana. In which... Oh, wow, yeah. The enemy can't really field as much troops anymore. I mean, they still got quite a bit of manpower overall. And the Panama Canal is going to take a decent bit of time to build. But at least the build speed is there pretty decent. Getting some more power plants... among other things, so we are right now researching the electrical capacitors, which is starting to unlock a lot of the various electricity stuff like, well, I suppose prime electrolysis, automatic power looms for textile mills, and then electric sewing machines, so textile mills are going to be benefiting greatly of that. I will not take a white piece, USA. I'll have you know. I will have my 3 states. Still got about 20 months for the current exhibition. And now we're making some money again, because we're no longer building quite as much. We've got a lot of bureaucracy to be fair. Oh, that reminds me. I have a feeling that someone may have already tried to remind me of this already in the comments, but of course I'm recording these around the time when... Well, slightly after when the first war against USA happened, so there's a bit of a time gap in here before I can react to things. That should be done, and yeah, we won all the battles thus far in this war. I mean, it doesn't surprise me, admittedly. It's just a little bit hilarious. Right, there we go, that's going to be another victory, so they lost another 100,000 men. Oh, and there we go, now we are in North Dakota, so they would actually take the peace deal. Now that we finally got into the last state there. So we'll take the peace deal, or propose the peace deal, and there we go, we got a truce. There's probably going to be a lot of devastation among us. Oh, I suppose we can start incorporating all of these as well. Sure, that still leaves us with a decent bit of extra. And let's have a look at the, well, there's a bit of wheat farms, I suppose. That's already kind of as good as it can be. I'm going to do the barracks as a group later. Those will be done. The wheat farms over here are fine. The railway. Oh yeah, it's all the steel. Oh, it's a government run. Okay. Well, I'll let it be government run, I suppose. Another railway over here. That is, yeah, that's already steel carriages and all that. There's not. Well, I mean, there's a lot of maize farms in Nebraska that could be done, and livestock ranches, of course. But there we go. That wasn't too bad. It did cost us a little bit, but now we're making a massive amount of cash again. How about we lower the taxes a bit? It's going to maybe start increasing the standard of living a bit further. But how is the investment port? It is 700,000. It's slowly going down. It's not too bad though, but yeah, that's a pretty decent increase. Oh, and the literary rate has been going up quite nicely. It's already about 65%. Belgium is damaging relation. Hold on a minute. Are you sure about that? Well, I can't improve relations with them right now. Oh, they've broken the alliance. Ah, well, okay. They didn't really help all that much in that war anyway. It was mostly myself. Identification documents is spreading. Okay, that's actually quite nice. That's going to increase the tax capacity, although we don't really have problems with tax capacity anyway. Costa Rica? Wait a... Oh, wait, no, that's Puerto Rico. Costa Rica down here. It's having a bit of infrastructure issues. I suppose it is. We could get another port in there. And then we've got a nice 147 innovation spreading right now. Mostly because we got the souvenir thing from the Grand Exhibition. And we got 133 points out of 100. Okay, I mean, that's not too bad, I dare say. And hopefully the devastation over here is slowly dropping. I mean, we've probably got quite a bit of... Oh, yeah. These northern areas have quite a bit of radicals. I'm not surprised, admittedly, but it is still quite a bit in there. There we go. 10 more weeks for the electric capacitors, then we'll get the steam turbine to get a bit more electricity production. I suppose one of the things that I could do, especially in places like Texas, is start producing a bit of power as well. Because we've had so many people moving in there, same with California has been getting a lot of... Although California already has a decent bit of things that are automatically expanding anyway. Did we get the... Oh yeah, we did get the logging camps there. We could, technically speaking, put in a bit of steam donkeys, maybe? Although, I don't know if it's really needed in there. Over here, we might want to do that, though. Reduce the labor need, because Louisiana is still having a bit of issues with the population there. A lot of the other places, not so much, but Louisiana definitely is. And we're getting a bit more steel mills. Oh, oil discovered. How many can we have? 4. Okay, that's not too many. 48 coal mines, though. That's not too bad. I could maybe start expanding the coal or tooling workshop there, although I suppose the turmoil is still 58%. Or 50.8%, sorry. Although that seems to be going down. And I'm sure that, well, I suppose the law enforcement stuff is slowly taking place in here, the institution. So that is no doubt helping with that. And I suppose the construction speed, I mean, is it still pretty bad construction efficiency in there? But it has improved since what I was back when we built that first level on the tooling workshop. I'm gonna get a couple of tobacco plantations in here. Maybe a few maize farms as well. And over here we got the dye plantations. We're going to get a few more over there. Maybe get some coffee. I'll get a few sugar plantations as well. And let's have a look at the market a little bit. So explosive, glass, and transport are in pretty high demand. Electrical capacitors unlocked. Good. Right, so that was the textile mill stuff. Let's have a look at the things. How much would that have an impact in here? We've got 14 levels. That would be taking a bit more dyes and electricity and a bit of tools, and that would increase the amount of clothing production. That's not too bad, and we could potentially reduce the worker need in here, although... Do we need to do that? We've still got over 300,000 in here, so probably not. The investment pool is, well, it's slowly going down. But I think what we're going to do is we're just going to get another construction sector in our capital. Speed up things a bit further. Now, how is the institution stuff? So we're still waiting to get these to level for both of those. We've not passed any other laws that require an institution right now. Although, no worker rights. We could go for the compulsory primary school. Sure, we'll try that. Police brutality. It was warranted. I don't want to lose a level. We're just trying to upgrade so that we can get rid of a lot of the turmoil over here in the conquered areas. And Franco-Provençal people are moving to Washington. I'm pretty sure that that's not how you pronounce it. But anyway, we're getting a bit of coal mines soon in Texas, so that's good. And some more glassworks, iron mines, arts academies. So how's the standard of living? Still 14.3, so it hasn't increased recently. Because Nebraska doesn't have anything there yet. We could probably get some of the logging camps there, for example. Provide at least a little bit of stuff there. And it's got plenty of infrastructure. Well, it's got a decent population, I suppose. Over here we're getting the gold mines. We could probably get the oil rigs as well. Maybe we'll get a construction sector there. It's going to take a while, admittedly, to be done. Well, it could be a lot worse, now that I think of it. It's not fast, but it could be a lot worse. Oh, and it's building all the gold mines there as well, which is going to take a long while, but... Oh well. We'll get it sorted eventually, and that's going to give us a decent bit of extra income. Oh, there we go, 14.7 now. So the standard of living is improving, especially if we can get the compulsory primary school down. That would be quite nice. Oh, we got 94 million. Oh, there we go. We are quite a bit higher in GDP now. So number 5 in terms of prestige. Also number 5. Well, to be fair, that could have been surmised by the rank there, but there we go. And the Panama Canal is still being built. It's still going to take quite a while. Oh, there we go. Health system to level 4 and law enforcement to level 4. We're paying quite a bit of things, or quite a bit on the construction right now. We've got a decent bit of cash reserves, admittedly. Well, when I say decent bit, I mean 2.6 million, so it's actually not that massive. We could have up to 19 million in cash reserves, but you don't necessarily need to go that high in the list, or in the reserves. As long as you can sort of manage the expenditures that you have. Defeat admitted. Celebrations are in order, I suppose. So we'll get another 10% chance of passing that law. We're getting another motor industry in Veracruz. Oh, didn't we get the motor industries in here? Yes, we did. And this is providing some of the vehicles. I'm going to put that as auto-expand. I'm going to give it already a level. So we can start getting some of the cars. That will at least help a little bit. Eventually we'll switch to the motorizer recon, but right now we don't really have the production for it yet. We could maybe give that another level, and let's go ahead and give this another construction sector as well. So we're probably paying a lot more on the construction that we kind of needed to. We could maybe increase the taxation a bit further. Might not be that massive a boost, but it's a little bit. Admittedly, that will also have an impact on the radicals and loyalists, but we'll live with it. The infamy is slowly dropping at least, and the prestige is now already 1773. Oh, Canada has their capital in... Is that Winnipeg? Or Fort Douglas? Okay. Right, well, regardless. Canada served its purpose as an ally for one war. Now, technically speaking, one of the things that I could do is Russian market if I declare war on Alaska. Okay, there's quite a few nations that might join, including China. Okay. I do wonder, though, how good is the quality of the Russian troops? If we go to Moscow... That's probably going to be giving us the best information. So skirmish infantry, shrapnel artillery. So we got a level better on, well, these two and this one. Well, that's the same, I suppose, but we've definitely got better stuff in there than they do. I think the next war that we do is going to be Kansas and Oklahoma and something else, maybe Arkansas or something. Again, or from America. Matter of business. Suspicious gentlemen have been reported charging an extra fee for special items inside the exhibition hall. I mean, we've probably got a decent bit of shopkeepers overall, so we'll let them become a bit more loyalist. We probably could have gained a bit more loyalist total if we went for the other option. But you know, it's not the end of the world. We've still got 7 more months for the exhibition. Thing to come to a close, I suppose. More oil discovered in California. Oh dear. Well, oh joy rather. We got 50. Oh wow. There we go. The compulsory primary school is going to study phase now. So we could probably get a bit of oil rigs there. But that as an auto expand. I mean, I don't think oil price is particularly bad yet, but that's something that we'll probably be using a lot more in the near future anyway. So that will be at least down. So we got almost 94 million GDP. Oh, City of Plenty in Washington. I'll take the smaller amount there. And keep taking the loyalists from the shopkeepers. So if we do have a look at the overview right now, so the most amount of loyalists that we have is definitely from the rural folk, but at the same time there's some groups like industrialists and petty bourgeoisie who have basically no radicals whatsoever. Combined they have about 5,000 compared to the 500,000 from the rural folk. Wait a minute. Oh, and then there's probably a lot of radicals that are not part of any group. So degrees of standard of living is causing a lot of the stuff. Discrimination is causing a lot of radicals. And the unfilled political movement demands is causing some... Oh, Brazilian mass immigration to Washington. Alright, well, I mean, I suppose in Washington they've got a lot of... well, they got some jobs there available. Not necessarily all that massive amounts. What are we missing? Oh, we need more explosives. Okay, where did we have the explosive plants? I remember building some. Oh, there's a chemical plant. But that auto-expand, we'll give that another level. You know what, I suppose at this stage I'm just going to go through all of these industries at least and put them on auto-expand. It'll be fine. Steaming suspicions. How much is the Catholic Church? We're going to lose some of their approval rating, it's not too bad. Although I suppose 1 point considering that we got 133 or something in there, it's not nearly that bad. 137 now. I'm hoping that we're going to get the primary school down, and the Panama Canal is going to be fairly shortly done. I mean, it's 15 more weeks. Getting some more munitions plant as well. Hat trick. While debating the merits of compulsory primary school, Eulalia Almonte tried to invoke an obscure law against it. Lawyers affiliated with the rule folk pointed out said law is invalid. Try this user's law. Or modernize this alongside Compro. Okay. Okay, a bit more. So, who is that one? It's part of the petty bourgeoisie. An agitator. We'll reduce the agitator's popularity a little bit. Matter of business. We all could use a few extra pennies. So how's the investment pool? It is going down, but we're also making a massive amount of bank here right now. I suppose we're getting the investment pool for the most part on a lot of these things right now, so that makes a bit of difference there. But we could potentially even reduce the taxes again. And start increasing the standard of living, hopefully, just by that. It might not have that massive an impact, to be fair. But, you know, it probably won't hurt. And maybe we can start getting a little bit of the extra loyalists right now, although it seems like it's still going further down. Utah is having a bit of problems with the standard of living in here. We've got some iron mines there. Oh, but they're having explosive problems there. Okay, we could maybe get the logging camps instead. To provide... Oh, there's not that many workers in here, actually. Okay, well, the iron mines, I'm going to put in the steam donkey. To reduce the labor need. So we're going to at least get some of the barracks underway and all that. Like, the standard of living, well, I suppose it's not that great in there, to be fair, but it's not the worst. I've had a lot worse. And Grand Exhibition is in 8 weeks. Excellent. And Panama Canal should be done very shortly as well. Oh, mechanized farming unlocked. Good. So the wheat, maize, millet, and rye farms going to use tractors now. I believe... Let's have a look into Texas, for example. So maize farm, so that would be a bit of engines. And a bit more coal, but less tools. How's the tool situation right now, anyway? We do need quite a bit. So I suppose I could start switching at least some of them. Rice farms, no, but the wheat farms, for example. If we switch to tractors, that is Reducing the employment quite a bit. A bit more coal needed, but a lot less tools. So overall, that is actually saving us a lot of money. I'm going to do that with the maize farms as well. Although the engine price, again, as stated, is going to go up a lot. Get another level over here in Veracruz in the meanwhile. Mechanized agriculture completed. The grand project of mechanizing agriculture throughout Mexico is completed. Never before have such abundant yields have been tallied. Distributed food surplus +3 minimum wealth. That seems like a good idea. So that should have at least a bit of an increase on the average. Although it might not be instantly growing, but I have a feeling that it will still at least improve our standard of living across the board a little bit. Oh, and we're fairly close to 100 million in the GDP. I actually wonder if we can reach that by the end. Oh, there we go. Panama Canal is now built. It just needs to hire a little bit of people. I'm going to subsidize it just in case, so that I can hire. I mean, it might be, well, there's a little bit of people there. A torrent of abuse. The agitator has launched a vicious series of insults against the clergy, or the leader of the clergy, I suppose. For support of compulsory private school, the Catholic Church have demanded the government act to defend his honor. We'll do a bit of gamble there. It'll be fine. So there is a movement for the restricted child labor, which does have a decent bit of support there. Radicalism isn't too bad yet. I do kind of want to get that done as soon as possible. And the Grand Exhibition is done almost, well, it's about a week away. So, is the Panama Canal, it is hiring. We are supporting or subsidizing it just to make sure that it can hire everyone. It's going to give us a lot of urbanization and prestige. Oh, and yeah, it can now connect through here. Good. Going to reduce the time between the ships to travel, I guess. Although I'm not entirely sure if that's going to be the case. But we have the canal at least. Creative expeditions. Ooh, 100 prestige. It's pretty nice. And plus we got some other extra bonuses in there. So we are at 2,000. So now number 4 in the Great Powers rank. Not bad. I'm working on the steam turbine as well. Although I don't know if that modifier is going to last very long. That gives us the extra... Okay, 7 more months for the innovation modifier. Alright then, could be worse. And investment port is non-existent again. Alright then, so we are losing a bit of cash here, but we are also... Well, we're doing a lot of construction work. We did also increase the construction speed a bit. That's probably part of the reason. And construct the Panama Canal completed. Don't actually know what exactly did it give. Nothing directly here. I mean, I suppose it may have been a bit of extra prestige. We've got the freedom of trade. Oh, we'd have to do that one, okay. Or the law. Urbanized Mexico, so we still got only 24% states have urban central level 5 or higher. I mean, at least we did spread out the stuff a bit, so it did help there. Colossus, freedom of conscience. Okay, yeah, actually we've got that one. Multiculturalism and no migration controls. We're not going to go for those. Public transit. Public motor carriages. Oh, right. Hey, the compulsory private school is now heading to voting. That'll be done soon. Oh, that reminds me. The military. Switch to siege artillery. We could start switching to the motorized reconnaissance, maybe. I have a feeling it's still going to take a little while before we're ready for a war anyway. And then the naval bases can get the submarines. So that actually reduces the ammunition use a little bit. Increases the ironclads use. But that's fine. And the railways, I'm going to keep them as a privately owned, I guess. And now we need a lot of automobiles, which, to be fair, we are probably just going to build a massive amount of them in Guatemala right now. How's the infrastructure in there? It's not too bad, actually. We've got plenty of room in there. So that's going to be our need in there. The war beneath the waves, completed. Supreme submarines. Convoy rating efficiency. Convoy rate. I'm just going to take... How old is this admiral here? 57. He'll probably be alive for another war against the USA. So let's just give him the trait. Oh, Kansas has got a lot of peasants there. I suppose a lot of these states have a lot of peasants overall. I'm guessing there's still quite a bit of turmoil in here. Okay, actually the turmoil is slowly dropping in some of these places at least. Like Colorado is only 25% now. Wyoming is still 48%, same as Montana. And then these are over 60%, the Dakotas, and Nebraska is 65%. So yeah, there's still a bit of work to do, admittedly, on that front, but we're slowly getting better and better. And we are almost at 100 million in GDP. I think we are going to be reaching that during this episode. Getting some more steel mills. I mean, if we have a look at the market now, so explosives we still need a lot, engines we need a lot, and we are going to be increasing those productions. I mean, the chemical plants, for example, there's probably, well, there's at least one underway right there. And we've got a few over here, so yeah, we are going to be getting that in time. It's just not going to be instant. We could, technically speaking, bring those to the top, but, you know, it's just going to delay a lot of the other things. Then I don't think it's necessarily going to be that massive a difference. I mean, sure enough, if we were to min-max, then we would probably want to get all those, especially things that make construction more expensive, like the lasting explosives. Get those to the top of the list as soon as possible. Which, to be fair, we got more glassworks over here, and we could get another steel mill over there. And then in our capital, how's the infrastructure levels there? Oh, we need a lot more infrastructure in there. It's gonna get another 6 railways there. Admittedly, once we get the electric railways, we don't really need that one too badly. Oh, electric arc process, that's actually not bad. Especially after the steam turbine, so we'll have a bit of electricity to use. And then we could maybe go for the electric railways. The raw propaganda unlocked. So now we could have 169 conscript battalions. I'm not going to activate those probably at any point, but... Oh, hold on. Who is this one? General and a politician. Either we lose 5% on the success chance, or he gets cruel. Which, to be fair, if it's a general, that might not be too bad. I'm going to go for that one. We've got 149 innovation max right now. Not too bad. Although I have a feeling that some of that is because we got the 15% bonus still. Otherwise it might be smaller. Although, oh, there we go, over 100 billion GDP. And literature rate is already 66%, so that is also going up quite nicely. I do wonder though, USA's stats there, they got 72.5%, so if we conquer lands from them, our average literature rate should be going up actually. Interestingly enough. How long do we have to truce with them? Another 3 years or so? Oh, 1914. That's going to be a perfect year for the war, I think. And in that case, we might go for all-in. Although, as you do that, we might need to increase our army size a lot. But before we can do that, we need to increase the amount of automobiles that we produce. Which, to be fair, we could probably... Well, that doesn't actually need to have stuff there. If we go for this one, the engine price is going to be bloody massive. So that's going to cost us a lot. At the same time, the automobile price would go down. But if we just expanded the motor industry over here, that'll probably be sorted out, well, in due time, probably before the war at least. But we are unfortunately out of time for this episode. So if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, check out the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye bye.